Right guys, hello, welcome back. City Skylines. We're back on Whitford Peak and we're cracking on with our city and the build. So last time we put a load of emergency protection from disasters in place. We also had a look at some of our utilities and things we need there, like disaster prevention as well, and you saw the new things that we put in place around the city. So now we've got a massive residential demand, so we need to kind of appeal to that residential demand, so we need to kind of work over here. Now remember I said before that the utilities element of town over here we're going to have to move at some point, and that the recycling department, as you can see right now, is still emptying. It's been emptying for quite a while, but basically once this place is empty I'm going to try and shift that, try and move it out of the way. Roberts, what's this? When are you going to venture up in the mountains? That's when I'll jump in for a name. We will do that, but the whole point was to build the city and get some income coming in from it first of all. I know there's a big valley here, dude. I built the map. I know I know where we can get a dam if need be, but we were going to do nuclear this time around. Oh, hello. Why is there a big power shortage happening over there? What's happened here? What's going on here then? Power. We have enough electricity available, so what's the problem? What's going on here? Yeah, look, there's no issue. What is going on here? It's only affecting Impossible Town as well, which is all the more strange. What on earth is going on here? Our electricity level is on the borderline of yellow, but it's kind of very strange. What's this? We've got some income, 24k nearly. Yeah, well, you know, just trying to... Telegraph lines were not operational. No, telegraph lines always look black like that. That's just how they always look. Don't look at the black lines, look at the blue. If there's blue area on the ground, then it's working. And plus it's been working all this time, so why would it suddenly not work? This is very strange. What is causing this? Incinerators are not connected to main grid, they produce power. Oh yeah, they do. But still, nonetheless, that's nothing to do with what's happening over there. They're still having power loss. Huh. Maybe it was to do with the fact that we're on that borderline or something. But look, now I connected up those incinerators. Maybe it was just like, just ever so slightly not quite there. But it's strange though. It shouldn't kind of black out. And why was it only doing that one area? Unless it's kind of prioritizing power to other places. I don't know. But let's work on our... Well, actually no. Let's work on our residential first, because I wanted to get that going on. So in these little streets here, I think what we'll do is we'll just have like another little inlet, basically. We'll just have another little point which comes in like this. We can get some extra housing on or something. Also, because generally, you know how I'm not a big fan of having houses off of these main roads. So usually we'll sort of do like this. But I also don't like. So we'll turn off. So there we go. And that should enable us to get more housing basically on these areas. So let's cover this, and I don't like to get sort of too close to these main roads because you get sort of traffic stop-starting all the time. Same as this, get that in there, and I'm actually okay onto that point. So there, so we have that there. Now again, I don't want to. I'm happy to put some houses there and sort of round the corner, but we don't want to go too far down until I can clear out that utility section right there. So What I think it was, you produced just enough energy, but it was not all connected to the grid. So not all your energy production got into the town. That together... Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Incinerators were being added as part of the total energy, but not connected to the grid. Yeah, whenever you have a thought about something which is happening in the city, guys, it's always very beneficial if you can kind of explain it coherently. Because if you explain it in a kind of more randomized fashion, it's not always very easy to kind of get what it is that's being said. Right, let's have a look. Now, I've actually got no lights on the roads in and around here, but oh, actually no, we've got old street lights still. We've got old street lights on this. I don't know if I want to put... No, I was going to say I'm not sure if I want to put roads along here. I think I'm going to put roads along here, but like... I'm going to put like those sort of avenues along this bit. And then we'll connect up like this. And then we'll do grids across here. Like that. And like that. Yep, that'll work. And then we can just curve this around. So we'll go like this. This is all going to be part of Wren's Shore, this area here. I want to get a nice big park or some kind of feature event thing along here as well. So I'm actually just going to run this. I haven't decided what I want to do there yet, so I'm actually just going to run this road straight down here, like that. So I'm going to get some kind of feature thing in there. No, do you know what? I'm gonna live with the fact that that's not equidistant. It's probably going to trigger some of you like something unbearable, but I'm fine with it. And do you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. But I will make sure that bit's straight, just so you can try to be calm about it. Okay, so that's where we are for now. I'll worry about this other bit later on, I think. But that'll make a good start for us. This is all going to be high-rise in this area, but I think as we did before... You know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to put another little road right here. It's just going to come like along from here. What's this? What's Jocko? Hey Jocko, good evening to you. Jocko, the man with the McDonald's. Right, hope you're doing well, Jocko. Good to see you on for the Skylines action. So I'm just going to have this road come up here like so. Hopefully that won't obliterate that house. I very much hope not. So I'll just give the guys a little street, but I will we'll have like some kind of park or park elements sort of on the end here. And I think I said this before. I want to get sort of park elements, so we'll get sort of footpaths and stuff going on here. So I might actually do that now. We're gonna have a cycle path maybe going all the way along, but. Because like I said, I want this to be sort of like a nice living area, not so much just a great big bunch of... Huh. I thought that was going to stay. Maybe I need anarchy on? Maybe it only works for roads, that. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, like this. Yeah, there we go. Well, it still kind of doesn't quite look right, does it? I never know when you use Move It that it does this weird thing with the cars happening. You can see just over there on the corner. Like this, when it sort of makes the cars just freak out. I'm not sure what that is all about. So it's very difficult sometimes to get these paths to actually sort of work as you would want them to as well. Oh well, it's fine. It's from a distance, it's basically what we want. What's this? How about Oh, I see. The guys in the stream are discussing that Jocko's McDonald's should have like some secret agreement that if they're a sub of mine, they get like what, free McDonald's or something like this. Yeah, I'm not sure that they'll really go for that, to be honest with you. But okay, let's have another path along here. So these are going to be like the nice sort of. So this is going to be like a coastal path, or a kind of like, you know, around here. This kind of walk, nice walk for the guys. And I may get a small building or parks or some kind of small parks just along this bit here. Now again, in terms of walking, I'd said before that I wanted to get sort of paths going like through the buildings here, and that's why I left these big gaps. I left these big gaps so I could basically make gardens between the buildings. See, we've already got some paths here that allow people to get to like university and all this kind of stuff. We'd also have a space around the back here where people could walk to the Mariner. So again, we could make a pathway which runs along the back here. And for some reason, that is... There we go, look. Perfect. So I want this to be like a kind of nice, you know, downtown shoreline development area where we get our nice amount of community happening, basically. And yeah, we're going to have a park in there. We could put a path through here, but I think we'll just have some nice trees and things. And again, then I think probably we will continue this path on here as well. This is obviously just a street, but I guess people will walk along here maybe, but we could always still get like this, like we can get the pathway. The trouble is, like, when you do these paths like this, they have this kind of weird... weird habit of connecting to the roads, which always looks a bit odd. Also, it would be better if... What's going on here? It's like these... Yeah, look, it's like even though I'm using Move It, something very strange is happening here, and I don't want to... I don't know if I want to risk the fury of Skylines' weirdness. See, it's fine along here, and it's fine along here, but then I would quite like to sort of raise it up a little bit, like so, and have kind of like a raised walkway that goes around this bit. So it kind of goes right along the cliff edge. It looks a little better, you know, than... I'll run it to there for now, and then we'll actually have it kind of come down. I'll move this in a sec. We'll have this come down here, look. So it joins up to that. And we'll just move this back a little. Not sure why that grass is showing through there like that. Right, so that's good all along the front there. This is a bit weird and wobbling, but we'll just have to make do. I guess it's just... Unless I can kind of smooth it or something, or flatten it. Not really is the answer. It's not flattening it off, that's for sure. That should be kind of weird. Well, we'll just make do, I guess. It's good enough. Once I've decorated it with some trees and bushes, I think it'll be absolutely fine. I quite like those walkways connecting back to the road. That's the idea. I'm going to place trees and stuff to make them look like little gardens all around each one, so that should work really nicely, I think. Okay, so let's continue on. So now we've got to actually get some more buildings in here. Now again, like what we did previously, what I will be doing is I will fill in directly like some buildings like that one there. But for some of these other places, I just want to select like the little grid squares on them, because I just think that we're going to put like a garden in here as well. I kind of feel like I could get away with just having... No, I kind of feel like we could have some low-level stuff here. Maybe we should put some small, like this, just kind of like little residential buildings in here. I think that would work. So we'll just do that. We'll just put in some small residential, low-level residential buildings in. I think that'll work just fine. And this will be a garden. And then these here, again, we could even put like low-level things. But it'd be good that walkway in front. It's going to just look better if we just have like the big buildings. So I'm going to leave a space either side of this for gardening. And again, we'll just put a block, and then we'll just put a block. So I'm just leaving little spaces in between the buildings so that they don't look quite so claustrophobic. And I think it helps a lot in terms of like density and stuff to actually do that. And also, I tell you what else I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I've done before, which is turn off these subsidiary roads which run down the middle, because then you get like cleaner. You get like a cleaner sort of alignment of road and so on and so on. A cleaner alignment of, sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? Zoning. The zoning and stuff. What? Props, it's going to be a while before that happens. No, once we get some, we can do it right now. We can do basically some stuff in A10. Bringing some freedom and democracy to Whitford Peak. Thank you very much for bringing in the pain. Jocko, thank you very much, Jocko, for the 10. Let's get that banjo song back into your head. That's not banjo. That's... that's not the banjo, that's A10. Jocker, you've made a miscalculation. I know exactly what you did. This happens all the time. When people try to make specific donations, and what they're doing is they put it in with like euros or something. So put like that, and it's like the wrong amount. Several people have made that mistake this week. Oh god. But the banjo is the best, the best. Bloody Banjo. Banjo has been in trouble today. He was not respectful. Banjo had several timeouts today for attacking me. So he is such a monkey, I swear. He misbehaves, and I've been very strong at putting him in his place though, so don't worry. It's all in hand. Bendy Banjo, Bendy Banjo. He's the best. I would bring Banjo to the stream tonight, guys, but you know, as I've said, he needs to have a little timeout, a little quiet time this evening, because he's been very, very excited today. I don't know why. He's just been unbelievably excited for whatever reason. It's hot at the moment, maybe that's it. Right, so I'm going to leave a bit more space there. Oh, actually, no. What am I talking about? I'm not going to zone this area at all, because as you guys, I said I was going to put like some kind of thing in there. Expo Centre, but that creates a lot of noise. Maybe a museum or culture centre or something. We need to get something happening over here. It's good connections near to the road. We need to sort out this road configuration. This whole area is going to have to change up. We're going to have to think what to do once we have resolved the issue with the recycling department anyway. So, anyway, guys, get some... Wait. Hang on. Where all you subs, all the subs here in the chat, where is the A10? Where's the A10? Where's the A10 love? Am I going to have to do this myself? You guys let me down. You let me down very badly. A10, you get that A10, smash it in the chat. There's so many subs on tonight. Everyone's been just lazy. Sitting back, relaxing, watching me just like building. That's what's going on here. Anyway, Jocko, sorry for your disappointment. I hope that the A10 power still made it up for you. You can't crab it at this time. What's going on with you guys? You're all over the place this evening. All over the place. Right, okay. Anyway, let's give Jocko some love and happiness. What's happening? They died in the A10 strike. Yeah, exactly. Right, anyway, so everything's going very well. So we start to get the buildings in. When I can see again in the daytime, we'll start getting some of the... decoration and park stuff down. But in the meanwhilest, look, our power is boosted crazy high. The reason the power varies is because I think it's to do with these kind of things, with the wind turbines. They do vary their output somewhat, you know, so there's like a variation in output, and I think that really affects things sometimes. So, but once we've got these new houses in, it's guaranteed almost that we're going to have a big demand for power, so I think we can start looking at that then. Yeah, subs, you had one job, just the one. Bloody hell. Yeah, look, yeah, making up for it now. Jocko, I hope you appreciate the guys absolutely spamming you into oblivion right there. Right, okay. So the next thing we've talked about was basically our high school education. You can see is still critical. Let's see how many people are actually in this high school. Look, nearly 1,000 already. A lot of people coming in and out of these high schools. The other thing we did talk about, guys, was obviously getting the railway network involved, and I think that that's a big possibility for this area right here, and we need to think about that. But we do need to think about education as well, so we need to look for another high school to get in here, and I'm trying to find like some variation between them so I don't just have the same one all over the place, but fuck my life! I'm scared. Did you see me jump? I'm watching myself. That is definitely the new crabs. Like, it's so much. It's like about as shocking as when we were streaming the other day. And like Banjo's literally like attacking my feet whilst I was trying to stream. Like we were playing Battlegrounds. And Banjo's literally biting my legs like as we're playing. Banjo. Thank you guys. Banjo appreciates it very much. He will show his love on the next stream. Have you been concerned about the fact that if you fail during a stream, the content will stay in the internet forever? No, it doesn't concern me at all. If that concerns you, then you should never be. Is Blackwall Academy a university or a high school? I can't remember. Yeah, if failing in a stream or YouTube concerns you, then trying to be a streamer or a YouTuber is not the thing for you. Let's just look for Blackwell Academy Skylines. I can't remember whether this is a high school or it will tell me momentarily. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's high school seniors. What's that? High school, look at the availability tab. Oh yeah, of course. No, look, if you click on it, it tells you university. High school. Oh, okay, so Blackwell Academy actually is university. God, so many things I never learn. Jubilee Hall, what's that? University, isn't it? State Library. I think that looks a bit too swish for what we want. So what were these things down here though? Because these were classifying as high schools. It's 1,000 a week, but a student capacity of 2 grand. I think we could almost do with another Phoenix High School. What's this one though? The Oxford equivalent, like 560 and a capacity of 3k. That's what we need. And actually this will sit perfectly right here in our school. I might be over-egging the amount of people and things that are happening within this district area. I might be over-capacitizing it. That's a word. Over-capacitizing this area of education. But it does sit very well within like all the education we have going on here. However, as you can see, look, there are quite a significant amount of pedestrians. Look at the amount of people pouring out of the... Like, literally, look at this. It's like a bloody apocalypse. I'm very concerned that... I'm very concerned that if we do have any kind of disaster, the game is literally going to crash if I start evacuating people all in one go. That German physically hurt me. I know. I'm sorry. What's that? University could do with a metro station or something. Well, we're trying to not use metros this time. I decided not to use that, but we are trying to use rail. However, I think this city could do with buses. However, I specifically want to use only one type of bus, which I will get to that point shortly. However, I think probably now is a good as time as any. Although I think what we should do is we should... Oh, water crisis over here. The guys at Renshaw, I think, are very, very happy right now. Right, we'll just extend this, by the way, up here. Oh, God. Damn it! Stupid district line things. I hate how crap you are. One thing that somebody needs to take on board and improve is that. You know what we could almost do with, guys? We could almost do with another riverboat stop. Look, we could do with a riverboat stop right here on Renshaw, actually. That's almost a thing that we need to make happen. Makes a lot of sense, actually. So we should try and do that. The university district needs high-density leisure commercial. Yeah, I know, right? Right, so we will look also at beautifying the university area a little, but there is a massive, massive amount of people coming in and out of this area now, but it's all good. Right, so I actually want to do buses, and I know I don't normally do buses, but there's a reason why I want to do specifically a certain type of bus. However, let's just pause. In order to do that, I need to go to the extra vehicle editor thing. Blah, 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 blah. Police. Blah, 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 bus. So I do not want to use the normal bus, but I want to use this. Look at how cool it is. The Ollie. The little Ollie. This is the driverless bus. It's so cool. Colour variations. I want it to be like purple. I think that looks really cool. Purple and green is fine. And I'm not sure about the blue. I prefer more like a sort of cyan. Okay, there we go. And I'm not sure about that yellow though. Again, maybe go for more of a lutein yellow. There we go. Happy days. Right. What's up? Butterfly in German is Schmetterling. You have to say it all German like that. Schmetter. We're going to do every other language. Ambulance. German. It's a Krankenwagen. Okay, anyway. Capacity for people on board is only 12. I'm going to change. It's because they're very small. I'm going to change that to 15. Get those people in there in a little squeeze, you know. Acceleration 1, braking. What's this? Oh, okay, braking. Maximum speed 100 kilometers an hour. Yeah, I think they should actually be max speed should be 80 because they're only going to be going around the city anyway. So we won't need that. What's that? Remove vehicles. Remove all driving vehicles of that type. We're not doing that. Configuration file. Save the configuration. Okay, now the bus. I basically do not want this to appear. So how do I disable? Allow this vehicle spawn. Right, we are not allowing the standard bus, but we're only allowing the Ollie. A lutein yellow. Yeah, lutein yellow. Yeah, it's like lutein yellow. Hello from Turkey. Good evening, Turkey. Hope you're doing very well. So, we're having the Ollie. So I need to create a bus station for the city. And again, if we're having train stations and utilities out here, do you know what? We need to just, before we do the bus, we need to redesign this area. It just needs to happen. I'm going to save again. You guys should be nagging me about saves, but right, we'll save on the version 7. Don't crash, you bitch. That's fine. Okay. So, let's get rid of this. This currently is our utility road, which comes from the garbage dump and stuff out there. We still need that. But I'm thinking that, well, let's leave it for now. We need to get a rail station in. We need to, let's have a look here. I need to bring this road up here. So this road is currently just a default 6-lane road. I'm gonna... Now, do we change our cycle lanes up to bus lanes when we get the Ollie involved? I don't know. we'll see. We'll see how it goes out. There's not like gridlocking. Do you know one thing that's quite good so far? We don't have gridlocking levels of traffic despite the amount of people in the city. That's actually really positive. If you use rail as much as you're thinking, do some gaps between districts to make the rail look cool and be convenient. Be aware. Well, it'll be out here. We'll see what's going to happen with it. Basically, we've planned for different stuff, so just relax. So we'll put like utilities and other stuff up this end of town. Now, the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and connect this end to the highway as well, so that this area of town doesn't have to go really long-winded, you know. If there's going to be a lot of traffic here that's coming off and on the highway, we don't want it to have to go all the way down to this junction. So if I can just connect it just with a very simple on and off at this point in time. Although, having said that, it's almost like, do you even need to connect it up there? Yeah, I guess you do. Right, so. Well, actually, very simple way to resolve this issue. Although, is it? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to delete this back to there for now. And we're going to put another small roundabout in, basically, right here. Right. So we need to get a small roundabout in here. Now, how many lanes did I put over here? 3. So let's just get a 3-lane roundabout here. Right, and then we'll just tweak the road in onto this. Quite a good way to make sure you're getting your roundabout fairly straight with these things, because gives you basically a guide to work off of. However, I do need to allow space for my little motorway sign there, so, and these to make sure they're not kind of clipping into it. And then you just got to put some trees and bushes and what have you around the edge of this. So you just got to try and get it about right. And so you can kind of cover it over with some bushes and stuff when you get to that point. That's not too bad. Okay, what's up? Easy watching on YouTube, but just joining now to see the progress on the city. It's going pretty well. One thing that's been bugging me, use symmetry tools while making roundabouts to actually make them perfect circles. Nope. That is not something which happens on my streams. Right, so what we want to do is, I don't want this road to be the only route in for the garbage services, etc. So we want to connect going out that way. So we need a road which is basically coming up and going out. Want another one coming in. And what? Does that mean it's got a 120 speed limit? You can just adjust the speed limit and just change it up. Yeah, if I made the roads right, then people wouldn't get like super triggered about it. So it's like you got to do it. I do see that the new emotes I made of me like really suit the stream because they're all like me, sort of being like, and it kind of really suits this stream. Right, what am I doing? Where are we at? Okay, So yeah, we need to get some off and on ramps happening here, but we do also need this road connection. And whatever happens over here, because this is going to change, obviously, this will change when we finally get rid of this. It's been emptying forever. When we finally get rid of it. But I want this still to connect down there somehow. Because it's just a utility road. It may well be that I sort of route it under the road here and alongside, and then it kind of connects to this roundabout, maybe? Possibility. So with that in mind, I'm just trying to think like how we can connect this whilst integrating that. Let's have a think. Well, I mean, really, there shouldn't be so much traffic coming along this that they can't just use the roundabout almost straight flat out anyway, really. Yeah, so I think actually what we can do is we can just take this. I think we've been sort of, I've been kind of overthinking it, and really all we need to do is just bring this road in onto this roundabout like that, really. And then when we connect further up this way, I mean actually, no, do you know what? Actually, what will happen is if they need to get to this part of town, they'll come along here and then they'll just take a right, because they've got all these big main roads to go down. By the way, we should adjust these traffic lights here. So yeah, actually they'll just do that, and I really don't think it's going to be a problem. We can just do that. So I don't think that'll be an issue at all, actually. I think it'll be just fine. Just changing these up to make them all correct. Yeah, so that shouldn't be a problem. Right, cool. So let's just get these highway ramps done. What? This will change 5 weeks ago. Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's just have a look at what we're going to do here. So. What we'll do is we'll just have, again, let's think. Oh, this has actually changed my roundabout now. It's connected that road on. So up, Jamie543 subbed on board. Thank you very much, Jamie. Welcome on board the stream, matey. Thank you very much indeed for supporting, and welcome on board. Hope you're enjoying. Get some love in the chat, guys. Get some thumbing it up. Thumbs up. Now this thing doesn't want to be a roundabout because of the stupid road I've added to it. God damn it. Ruined my roundabout. It's triggering me even now. That's good enough. What I was thinking was, do I want to put like a road which comes out and then split it? Or do I want to just have two roads coming in and out? And yeah. I think I do. I think what we want is... Or do we? I'm always so indecisive about these things. Let's just do it like this. Oh man, that's some major sub love in the chat, guys. Well done, good job. I can't decide. So basically we just need to do that, but in a kind of obviously more long-winded way. The other alternative The other alternative is that we take a national road which runs underneath the carriageways like we did before, because remember we had this at the beginning, and we run it so that it actually goes underneath all the way along. So it basically runs between there all the way along until it reaches this roundabout, because then at that roundabout they can either choose to go up onto the highway once we continue the highway on, or they can come in onto this, which by the way I need to make this bigger because you can just see the amount of capacity is it's working actually, but it's only working right now because they just go around and off of it. But I think we could do with some more capacity there. There's a lot of and this is a problem which we have to address, so we're going to come back to that in a minute. We're going to have traffic solutions, guys. Right, I'm going to do that for now. I think that's going to be just fine. I know that look, you're thinking about an underground roundabout. No, no. But I am thinking that this might be a better solution for us at this point in time. However, the joy of me trying to actually make this work is going to be a nightmare. Turn snapping off, please. Oh, this is going to be a bastard to get this to work. I think move it is going to be my friend here. Yeah, there's going to be definitely a lot of move it after this. It's very tricky because I can't quite see obviously what angles to do these roads at. Right, I think we can almost just go straight through and connect onto this now. Right, now I just need to obviously go in here. I can't really see, so I sort of got to just almost by eye sort of move this around a little bit. I think it's not too bad though in general. I've just got to kind of go along here and just see whether there's any bit which is very, very obviously needs a sort of move done to it. Quite tricky. Yeah, see that this bit needs altering a bit. Let's have a look. I think for the most part it's not too bad though, really. A couple of small tweaks here and there. Okay, cool, and then here we are. Yeah, the only thing we need to do is just make sure the angle coming onto that there is correct. So it just needs a little adjustment. That should be fine. Great. Okay, so that will work. Okay, we'll just call this when it allows me to. Who would like the underpass road named after them? As I said, anybody can have this. It doesn't have to be subs. They make it happen. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that intense stare. Well, I'm trying to micromanage these bits and things. I'm trying to like get in there, trying to look right under the bridge, trying to like get right onto that. Spitfire. Okay, that's a great name. Spitfire underpass. Okay, so that's going underneath all the way. Now I'm going to save, and then we're going to come to the much greater problem. Don't crash on me, you bugger. Right, now we come to the much greater issue of the corkscrew roundabout, this flawless piece of engineering gone horribly wrong. My simple, elegant solution to this, just make the roads bigger. So yeah. What could go wrong if we just make it 4 roads? 4 lane. It's just going to take more traffic and therefore work better, right? That's my elegant solution. Look, more roads equal more cars, right? That's my rationale. Fixed. Like, now it's going to be perfect. Nothing literally can go wrong with this. I'm also going to extend these roads into 4 just as on the approach and the exit so that they can handle that amount of traffic coming in and out. Oh god, imagine if I make this 4 lane. I'm going to have to redo all the road... but no, don't hang your heads in shame. This is a great solution. It's going to be tremendous. You're going to love it. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, look, 4 on that. 4 on that. The big 4. We'll get the 4... I'm going to do the 4 kind of coming in and out as well, so we get the capacity right, sort of, you know, so that all the roads hook up correctly, you know. Don't hang your heads in shame. It's all... Oh, that's right, I fucked up the barriers. Oh, bollocks. Never mind. I'll have to fix that later. Yeah, you can see I was putting, like, barriers down between the roads here, and looks like I've balls. So that was one thing I also did in beautification. I kind of, like, added road barriers, which ran all the way along, crash barriers all the way through here. Never mind. What's that? You heard it, I cheated just a bit, Luton, 5th of May in 2017. Yeah, 13th May 2017. Luton, didn't you rearrange lane connections at Corkscrew Roundabout prior to that lane 4 upgrade? Yeah, I did. Yeah, last time we did a full, yeah. So I did do that. Also, it looks like it's glitching to hell. But that's okay. We'll just have to live with it. Anyway, nothing is wrong with the rest of this. This is like the best roundabout I've ever made. They are instantly fixed. Look, see, it's working flawlessly now. Like, see, everybody's moving. No real problems. No problem at all here. Right, anyway. Only 4. Why stop where I go for the 8 lane? Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll see how this changes things up a little bit. Let's get into the actual... well, first of all, I need to see how it's kind of running a little bit. But then I'm going to need to get into these lanes a little bit. So let's just see what's happening here, first of all. Right, a lot of traffic changing lane here to get off onto that road. And most of that traffic... The problem we're going to have is that... Okay, so that's what's going on there. And then these guys won't cross. So why aren't they going, though? It's all to do with them not crossing into the junction boxes, basically. Right, what's this? Can you do vehicle restrictions for an individual lane? Yeah, you can. But... Oh, no, not for an individual lane you can't. No, you can do it for roads, but not for individual lanes. No, well, so basically what's happening is that the main issue is to do with the amount of traffic getting off here on this road. And what's happening is that... So the traffic coming in here is going into the 2 lanes on the right. Because those 2 lanes on the right mean that they get to turn off on this road, okay? So all the traffic coming along there. Now, the traffic coming around the roundabout also wants to get off on that, and it can only use those 2 lanes to get off there, so they're merging into those 2 lanes. Now, my solution to this, I hope, will be to make basically the 2 inside lanes for here basically prioritize getting off on there. The 3rd lane will be for traffic coming around here to basically get off on that road as well, and then, or the 2 lanes going around there will allow those guys to get off. The only issue you're going to have, you see, the issue you're always going to have is that for some traffic to get into certain lanes, but we have less traffic that wants to get off here anyway. Oh Christ, we've screwed up the road yet again. We've screwed this up. There we go. Anyway, just stay with me. We'll make it work. It's okay. Drop the roundabouts, make for a good old X and T intersection. I understand how that could work, but this is more exciting. Simple like clover relief roundabout would fix this. Some of you guys are still not getting like my thing with this game. My thing with this game is to build stuff that's kind of like not conventional and then force it to work. Yeah, that's. I would have thought after like 4 or 5 playthroughs, you guys would have like cottoned onto that by now. Like, I don't like building like default things. I like building stuff which is not default that, as you can see, clearly probably shouldn't work. and then make it work. That's my thing. I'm not interested in building like kind of like stock things or like stuff that's just in real life. It's more entertaining to kind of just do your own stuff. Because otherwise all you're doing is just bang, 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 just putting the stock things and blah, blah, blah. Make it an LT roundabout. It already is. What other roundabout would have like this kind of configuration? It's already an LT roundabout. Right, let's look at the junction stuff. So, so first of all, we need to look at this one. So, what I want is really that going there, that going there. Now, so they're basically dedicated to going along those routes. And then what I'm going to have is this can go off and there, and it can also go around to there and there. And then this here can go there, there, or there. Okay. So the next one is going to, and there'll be no switch, no lane changing here at all. Okay. And I think you can actually set that so there's no lane changing actually. On one of these. So it's this, I think. I think that's no lane changing basically. So you can turn that off. Well, that's off or on. Yeah, that allows them to pass across. That stops them from passing across. So we want to basically stop lane changing. So you basically say you can't change lanes at that point. Right, so then next one is this junction here. So we want traffic going around there to get off on that side. So I'm going to say there's a lot of traffic going that way as well. So I'm going to go from there and we're going to go from there. Okay. Now, if they want to get off on the third lane, all right. So this, if they want to get off on the third lane, they're going to have to go in this one. And if they want to go off on the other, they need to go to the outside. I might even start putting traffic lights on this because it's going to probably be the only way you can kind of distribute the traffic coming out in the right way. You should make your traffic light. You should make your roundabouts downloadable in the workshop. Yeah, yeah. What's this? Yeah, underground. Well, I think we did the whole underground roundabout thing last time, and we saw what happened there. So I think we're kind of done with that. Right. Okay. And then so these we're just going to follow on in this fashion. They don't really need to switch lanes at all. Okay. Now we come to this one, which is a little more complex. But again, probably what we'll do is just this coming off here, this coming off here, this guy goes across to there, this comes across to that lane, this comes across to this lane here, this one also can go to there, and this one also can go to there. Okay, so that should help a little on that. Okay, I'll deal with the non... Okay, so again, we need to actually look at which one we're on right here. It's a bit tricky with that overpass. Oh, I think that's above, yeah. Okay, so, right. Ah, joy. I don't think we really need to dictate which lane is which on this specific bit of junction, because this one here will dictate which they should know they need to get into ahead of time. So I actually don't think we need to alter that one. Right, this here will need changing up though. So that's going to go to there. This one can go across to... Yeah, this one can go across to, well, there or to there. This guy can go to there or to there. Yeah. Should be, oh, no. Just to that. Okay, and then this one here should be, this one should actually be really straightforward. So this is just going to go straight on, or to there, or to, when I can find it. There. And then this one here, he can go straight on, or he can go over to there, or to there. And this guy right here, the last one, he can go to there or to there. Okay, cool. Right, so that should be it, I think. And then the only other thing I need to do is to disable turn left on this. We also need to make sure there's no traffic lights, because there were traffic lights now. So we have Vinny, guys, subbed for 3 months in a row. Thank you very much, Vinny. Welcome back on board, buddy. I haven't seen you for a little bit, so welcome back in. Of all the intersections on the roundabout, that's the worst. Hey, leave it alone. Okay, so the other thing I want to do again is no changing over, so junction restrictions. Yeah, so right here we're going to have no switching of lanes. Same there. Same there. And definitely same there. Hopefully that will mean that they get themselves sorted out a little earlier on. Also, let's have a look at speeds. Yeah, it's 100 all the way around that, so we're going to slow that down to 70, I think. Okay. Right, so now do I think this will fix everything? Nope. Do I think it might help? Yep. And also, as I've said many times before, oh yeah, the only other thing that I may do here is actually turn on, and it seems unthinkable, but I might actually put traffic lights on a couple of these junctions here, because like in real life, sometimes having the traffic lights turned on is the only way to go. So yeah, I might disable them for there for sure. They don't need to be at that point. They could do with being on that junction right there. So we shall see. Like I say, sometimes, believe it or not, traffic lights can actually make a difference. I know that you think that traffic lights, the idea is that you just come on and flow around and that's the way to go. But sometimes if there's a lot of traffic, the roundabout, it's still good in terms of allowing the traffic to move around it. But in order to kind of keep the road, like you can see it happening right here, it's all about that stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. So it's like if you have that traffic light, it can actually assist in clearing. Now, the other thing that I have said many times before when it comes to having road junction issues is that basically you can actually see, like, the traffic was completely static before, and now look, you can actually see that it's moving quite steadily. A little bit of anarchy happening just right here, but other than that, it's all working okay. We really don't want to have to put... I might just look at priority signs on this bit right here. Yeah, so what we want to do is just put a yield right there like that. Now again, look, see what's happening? See how I remember how we told this traffic, look, to go into that third lane, right? Now the only issue that we have, look, is that some of this traffic starts to merge too early, and that's going to create issues. Look, see how they're all getting into this lane, right? So what we don't want is we don't want this traffic here to have that issue. Look, see they're switching too early, and that's going to create a problem. It's all, whenever you're trying to resolve these traffic problems, it's really important to actually look at what the traffic is doing and try and understand, like, okay, why is it? So you could end up with an issue way back here, which is actually being caused by these guys here who are like changing lanes, right? That's really what's happening. So some of this traffic which is coming on here is going to want to get off onto that route, okay? Now, a more extreme variation would be to sort of branch it so that they can get off on this left-hand side. I don't really want to have to do that. I'm hoping that basically if I just... I don't like how this is kind of weirdly sort of forced in there, by the way. Yeah, so what I'm going to have to do is tell some of this traffic probably about like kind of which lanes they can go in at this point in time as well. And sometimes that's really just what you've got to do. So when we get to this point, so look, that traffic in the blue line, they're coming across here. The purple line, they're coming here, and the cream line is coming across here. So what we're going to say is, like, okay, if you were in this lane, and also there's no traffic which is going to that lane, so what I might do is also tell the blue line you can go over to there. And so we're going to tell the green line, hey, you have to go straight on. All this, we want to tell them you can go straight on only, all right? So it means there's no lane changing. So they're basically just going to, all of them go straight on, straight on. So now we come to the next junction, and that's this one. So now if you're purple, you can come off there. If you're in this green line, if you're in this green line, you can also come off to there. So that's going to give them an option as well about sort of which lanes they want to get in on, right? And then actually what we could also do to make that work a little better even, actually no, it's fine, we'll just leave it as is. Okay, so now this pink line, you can tell the pink line at this point to also stay in lane. Okay, so stay in lane. So this hopefully will assist us in keeping some of that traffic clear. Now I'm going to say green line is... Yeah, let's try that actually. So that's the only two. So if you're going in these two lanes, you have to be turning right at that section. And then when we come to this next section, there shouldn't be anyone in this inside lane. This orange lane, there shouldn't be anybody in that lane. So we can say to these guys here, look, just again, straight on, straight on. Okay, now, when we get to this next junction here, after this, right here, here's where we get to the next bit. So this is going to go straight on. This, at this point, is also going to go straight on. Now these guys here are going to have to probably merge into a lane, I would have thought. So we'll put them, that they both have to kind of merge in on that lane. Probably be a bit tricky. We might have to look at that again later. And then this next point here, this is where it's going to get a little dodgy. Because there's not a lot. Now if you're in this pink lane, you can also come off down there. That could get a little bit controversial, but we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that will alleviate some of our issues. So we'll see what happens with that. But basically it should force straight away. Look, yeah, there you go, look. So look, straight away, bit of a delay in terms of getting in onto this because of the turn-offs. I actually think if anything we could probably do with expanding the capacity of this road to a 3-lane, because I think that that actually might assist us. Yeah, I actually think we should do that. I think a 3-lane highway is going to be too big, but a 3-lane road would work. 3-lane one-way road, I should say. Right, and we will turn off traffic lights here. And I'll make the speeds higher as well. So we'll put the speeds at 70 so they don't have such a critical... Or we'll put it, yeah, 70 up to that point. Now, I will have to probably just redo that because, yeah, see this one's broken because we just changed up that configuration. So now we're going to have, okay, purple go to there. I'll tell you what we'll do, purple goes to there, and this one goes on the outside. And that'll be fine. Okay, right, there we go. So now, hopefully, what's going to happen is most of this traffic which goes along here, like you can see, as they come across, the sort of non-industry traffic should just go straight on down this road. And also the most important thing is that it shouldn't interfere with this road right here. So like as this stuff comes around, see how they're staying in the middle lane, look? See, so that enables this traffic to more easily get onto the road here, look. And they do that without interfering with each other. And that means that the traffic coming off of here is going to have a clearer run. So any traffic coming across the road here like this is going to have an easier run. And you can see straight away we've now cleared up the whole roundabout. There's still a bit of a delay in that middle section, but we'll keep an eye on that. What's this? Looting. The people from the blue corkscrew can't get off at the first exit, blue line from the roundabout. Let's have a look. You may be right. So the blue, they can go into that or that lane. They come along, they come along, they come along. Yeah, you're right. No, you're not correct. The people from the blue line, they can get off. They can get off to get to the industry, but they just can't get off at this junction. So anybody, like any vehicles which are coming along here who want to get to the industry, they can get off, but what they've got to do is they've got to stay on the outside. They've got to go all the way down here, all the way, then they come off at this junction, and then they come off at this junction, and they come around the other side. That's what they do. So if you're coming to the industry park and you are coming from this part of town, you have to come around here, and you come all the way down. You miss the first junction, you come all the way down, and you come off here, in on this roundabout, and you come around. So you just come around in a slightly longer way. Looting the blue line can't go towards the river. Yeah, are you saying what I literally just explained? You guys talking about coming off there, or are you talking about somewhere else? You guys tell me. Talk to me. Tell me. Anyway, that's where we're at. I think we've resolved that little issue right now. As I say, I think things could still be a little cleaner for this corkscrew roundabout element right here. We shall see what happens with that. It's moving, but it's a little delay. But providing if we have like a bit of a queue that just backs up there, I'm fine with that. You get that in kind of real life. So right, anyway, we've got a big residential demand yet again. Power is still good, so all things. I think you guys mean access to the farmland / urban area. Is that what they're trying to? Thank you, Valenio, for that explanation. Oh yeah. So okay, it makes sense. All right, so let's have a look at that. It's a point well made. Is there another solution to that though? Oh, also that's not correct. They can. Although it wouldn't be very hard, would it, for us to just... Yeah, it wouldn't be very hard for us to just add a blue line to that. Switch around to there. Actually, yeah, quite honestly, these guys should be able to come on any one of those two. It shouldn't make any difference to anything, so... Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Good call from the stream. Right, okay, there we are. So that's my stressful roundabout finished. The rest of the town is looking very, very good indeed. Unlike my frames. Come back, frames. Come back. But it's all good. Yeah, I swear to God, I'm turning off that mod next time. And basically, my frames are a hell of a lot lower than they should be because of this mod. But because the mod is already in, it's the view distance like for props mod, and it's fucking my frames over. But very little you can do about that. So, right. Anyway, YouTube episode break. That's coming up. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time for some more Skylines where we continue battling on with the city. I'll see you then.